Ladies and gentlemen, most likely gentlemen, how to be far happier and work much harder than you've ever done before. If this is the first time you're watching me, my name is Sam Hardy, and today I'm going to talk about the journey that I've gone through and that I think will benefit your life in many, many ways and will make life more enjoyable, and you'll be able to do far more things than you've been able to do by working harder and being far happier at the same exact time. I think far too many people try to be hard workers or try to be happy and they wind up not doing the opposite. Like they by trying to be happy, they become lazy and then they accomplish very little and struggle in life. And then there's some people that think that in order to be successful, in order to accomplish things, that they have to be miserable and very serious and not enjoy life. And I think that not and missing out on any of these is missing out on life. I think that it's absolutely possible to do so, and many people seem to think that it's not. But getting right into it is understanding the correlation of positive emotion, positivity, happiness, harnessed in the correct way into completion and work, like output. Your best work, anybody's best work, undoubtedly comes from a good place. When you're feeling good, when you're feeling happy, when you have good energy, that is when your best work comes out. 100%. Everybody can cram in work, everybody can do things when they don't want to. And that's absolutely essential to get to this point. But being able to do things from a good place is always better. Feeling good and doing work is like leveling up in a game. It's like you could, like, if you're playing and if you're good enough, you could get stuff done. But when you level up and you are able to do things easier and you get new, like, accessibilities, I know this is kind of a weird example, but that's what like having happiness and positivity is like. It just makes everything easier. Yes, you need the skills and the foundation first. Absolutely, it's essential. But when you actually get the happiness, it's like that boost that makes everything so much easier, just makes things fall into place. And if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then you're missing the point. Second thing is taking care of your body. I'm going to go not too in depth on this, but taking care of your body and fitness, being a healthy individual, and having a good physique that people like. I know that physique can become an ego thing, and people, you can get like by it. There isn't definitely an ego side to having a great physique. And I think that most people that have a good physique have gone through that. But when you can outgrow that, it really is something beautiful. It's really hard work. It's like the ultimate delayed gratification. It's something that you do today and you don't even see the results till weeks, months, years later. And it's just beautiful. It's something that you can control. I think it brings a lot of happiness and it shows hard work and dedication when you're not making it an ego thing, when you're not trying to beat anybody else, when it's your own journey. And being healthy, you have to be healthy. Your body's the vehicle of whatever you want to do. You have to fuel it with good food. Eat an animal based diet. That's what I like to do. That's me personally. Fruit, high quality meat, lots of water, all that good stuff. If you guys are interested, I do have a fitness coaching program. If you guys are interested, I do fitness coaching, and I will leave a link in the description of a video explaining my coaching. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go check that out. Me coaching you to get your dream physique, the training, the diet, and the mental skills required to do so. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, just go check it out. Third thing is becoming a disciplined person. Nobody, absolutely nobody on this planet is out of the gate a disciplined person, including myself. I used to be quite the opposite. I was sometimes naturally talented at things, but I was never disciplined. I used to not be a disciplined person at all. I used to come home, play a ton of video games, procrastinate on absolutely everything, just leave everything to the end, and wind up not getting a lot of things done. Just I really was not a disciplined person. All I cared about was getting V-Bucks, literally just playing Fortnite, playing games. But I've become a very disciplined person, and I know that anybody can because nobody starts out as one. Doing things whether or not you feel like it, understanding what is what you want, how do you do it, what is the hard work they have to do so, and doing it whether or not you feel like doing it, having that consistency, detaching your actions from your feelings. And what many people think is that indulging, like instead of doing the work, going and eating cookies or something like that. And the reality is that the happiness is actually on the other side of that discipline. If you've never really tried it for a long period of time, you may not really know what I'm talking about. But when you become a disciplined person, you become a free person. Your discipline frees yourself from your vices, from your weaknesses, and it allows you to become whatever you want. And there's so much happiness. It is delayed gratification. You may not get it in the meantime, but the happiness and the amount of things that you will get done, which can also impact your life later on the run, is at the end. It's on the other side of the discipline. So discipline is all it is reps and identifying with being a disciplined person and your mission. But get the reps and start to say things that you want to do and absolutely stick to them. Understand you won't be perfect out of the gate, but it's about repetition. The best ways to start is your screen time and your phone. I'll get more into that on a different video. Fourth is becoming present and taking things one thing at a time. I'm currently reading a book, The Power of Now. I'm not done with it, but it seems like a really good book, and I would recommend that you guys check that out. But you must become present to really enjoy anything. It's kind of, if you think about it, it's insanity to be worrying about things from the past, which is sometimes like depression or where depression comes from or whatever, and to worry about anything from the past and to worry about anything in the future. It's literally insanity. But people don't do it consciously. Nobody's actively trying to not enjoy what we have as now because that's literally all that we have. There is no future and there's no past. All you have is literally in this moment. All you have is right now. People don't do this consciously. That's the whole problem. So, like, just randomly, little tip. This kind of comes from the book, but in very simple terms, just be very conscious of like yourself and what you're doing, and don't identify with your thoughts necessarily. Just be conscious of what you're doing. Don't let your mind take control of yourself because you're not your mind. And to get tasks done, take one step at a time. What I love to do is set aside some time to think and write down what you want to do, preferably the night before the day. Write down what you want to do so you don't have to think about it. You don't have to clutter your mind with, oh, what do I do? So you write down the things that you want to do. And I don't recommend planning out your whole day. You should have some spontaneous adventure, absolutely. But the tasks that you want to do, I would recommend to plan them out. And then take one task at a time. And I know it sounds very generic advice. But when you really do it, difficulty does not exist because one task it's easy. And what happens is that we're absolutely capable of doing so much, but our minds get so flustered by thinking about the whole project at once. Once you really practice taking one step at a time, you'll be like a machine, and you won't have the difficulty that you used to have when you're not thinking about the whole project, the whole world at once. You're just taking things one thing at a time. Couple more things. Couple more things. It cut that out. Second to last is to stop trying and lose your severity. Probably the opposite of what most people have ever been taught. You have to try, you have to accomplish, you have to have this like work ethic mode, persona, attitude all the time if you want to accomplish things, or you have to turn on that mode to accomplish things, which is absolutely not true. This is all I thought because I've done sports, and that's definitely what coaches teach you. You have to try, you have to be they're not your friends on the court, all that stuff. And like I said before, when you're positive and when you're happy, that's when your best work is. I remember playing basketball, and every time I tried to do that like killer mentality, you're my enemy and I'm going to crush you and get into that work mode, I played so average. It was unbelievable. But anytime I was just shooting around and having fun with my friends, who were playing pickup, I would always just do I was legit. Well, maybe not legit, but I used to be good. I used to be pretty good. I don't really play as much anymore, but I may get back into it. When I dropped the whole severity and I just enjoyed what I was doing, I completely played levels better. And this is true with anything that you can apply it to. That doesn't mean being lazy and not doing, like not being proactive, but just do. Don't try. Trying is a mentality. Trying is made up in the mind. Doing and executing with quality and enjoying it, that's a whole different thing. But trying it's all mental. It's what you make up in your mind. Many people do this. They come home from work and they're all sobby and whiny. And this is not me at all saying that I'm perfect at this whatsoever, because that is not true. Alexa, pause. Absolutely not true. I'm nowhere near perfect at this, but I've made severe progress, and I think it's a lifetime long journey. But a lot of people, they come home from work or whatever, they had a rough day, and they just bleed their negativity everywhere, and they justify it. They're like, "Oh, I had a hard day." You get to choose what mode you're in. You get to choose your mood. If you really think about it, you have a choice of how you project yourself, and at a deeper level, you have a choice to some level of how you feel. You have a choice of how you respond. And when you let this negativity win, you become a low performer in comparison to what you could be if you practice positive, harnessing it correctly and using it for good. You vibrate lower. You're not going to accomplish much, or as much as you could. You're wasting potential, and you're just a burden to everybody else that you meet in your day. So what you have to do is just plan well. Like I said, plan well. Write it down on paper and just execute with quality and enjoy it. You'll be a happier person. You wind up producing so much more with so much higher quality. It's unbelievable. And then lastly, we have gratefulness, insight, and perspective. Honestly, I want people, this is what I try to understand. Not every day am I aware of it, and I want to remember this more. And I hope other people can really remember this, is that if you're in a first world country and you're worrying about being successful, and even if you're worrying about like paying the bills, or if you're living paycheck to paycheck, if you really think about it, you are still in the top 1% of lucky people. If you can take a walk outside, if you are able to take a walk outside, and you don't have to worry about your house getting blown up, your family getting blown up yourself, you've already won the lottery. Like, you've won the lottery. You're already the luckiest person. And it's not that at all, we should not feel guilty about this, but we should really just understand. And it takes a lot of that weight off your chest, realizing it's like, I'm already living the great life. I don't need all this. I don't need it. It's a bonus. Not that you don't work hard and that you don't accomplish things that you want, but it's not, you don't need it. You already won. You're already so lucky. You're already so gifted that it's just a bonus. When you think about stuff like that, it's just that more of that positivity, and you wind up producing more anyway. You wind up producing more anyway. And a book that completely changed my life, to be honest. And it kind of is similar to that concept of like not trying as much and just doing in like positive attitude. I mean, that's not summarizing the book, but like that stuff in it is Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life by Dr. Wayne Dyer, I believe. So go check that book out as well. Absolutely life-changing book. My favorite book I've ever read by far, all time. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I would appreciate if you guys liked, subscribed, shared, and once again, if you're interested in my fitness coaching, go check it out. And besides that, I'll see you guys and have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one.